Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining your girl Cooking with Steph. I am back to finish off this pot of beans. All I have yet to do is to go ahead on and add my ground beef. So I have here my ground beef, and I am going to use half of this. This crock pot over here has those chili beans in there. I have added my Dolores chili brick. That smoked meat has cooked through and through this pot. I have a bone here. I can hear it on my spoon. So what I'm going to do is go ahead while I see it and remove that bone. Hear that bone? And as you comb through, you'll find your bones. Okay, let's get this ground beef on. I'm only going to use half of it, being that I have already so much meat in that pot. And we can save that other half of ground beef for, guess what? Taco Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead on and cut this all the way open. Let me get my shear. How was everyone's weekend? Hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. Hope everyone got some amazing rest, some great family time. As always, ladies, we want to start our dishwater. I always add a little touch of bleach to my water. I am compressing my ground beef. I have 1/2 of an onion. I'm going to bring that fire up to a 3. I have my crock pot going on a low. You can see that temperature on there. It is on a low. So it looks like I am going to use a little bit of this half, because who else likes their burritos good and beefy? We do too. you inside this pot in a moment. While this ground beef is cooking up, I'm going to go ahead and bring out my burrito shells, my shredded cheddar Fiesta blend cheese, if you can see in here, I have my ground beef with diced fresh white onion. I will be adding some garlic powder to this beef, onion powder, black pepper. And I will also add 1/2 pack of taco or burrito mix. I'm only going to use half, being that I have the other pack in the beans. And this is what you want your seasoning and your flavor to look like. So I'm going to go ahead on and blend this in. I can tell I need more pepper. This is that very lean ground beef, so you are not going to get that grease back. Whatever little bit comes up, I will drain before adding to my crock pot with my beans in it. I am going to go ahead and get my burrito shells together. My shredded Fiesta cheese. My sour cream. And we're going to roll some burritos up real soon around here. And these 3 ingredients are the only other ingredient that you will need to roll the most amazing homemade burrito. Something that we grew up on, something that I passed on with my children, they grew up on. I'm going to turn that fire down. We will be adding that ground beef into this pot. Are y'all with me in this pot? I do use my coffee filters as a placemat at times. I don't want to bring this crock pot up to a high because I want it to what? Heat from the bottom up. If you're not a chili bean lover, you can go ahead and add that whole pound, that whole 5 to 10 pound of ground beef, and you can roll your burrito up as an all beef burrito. An all beef burrito. Lettuce, tomato, onion, cheese, sour cream. Your girl Cooking with Steph has some news that I would like to share with you, but I am still praising, praying, and asking God for it. And I have received my confirmation on it, so really soon I have some good news that I will be sharing with you, that you will be able to bring these amazing recipes from my kitchen to yours. I would absolutely love to be able to get my own catering company going. And when I cook, you put your orders in and I will deliver. So I'm praying and asking God, and I'm waiting on His answer. I'm not running on self-will, but that is in the making. That's my plan. And I don't want to just deliver plates. I want to deliver entrees for parties, for weddings, for special occasions, or just because. I'm going to put the top on this and allow that steam to cook it completely through. I'm going to bring that fire down. I didn't bring it down enough. While I'm waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead on and start my cleanup. That air conditioning is conditioning. I'm going to go and adjust the temperature on it. They said we were going back in the heat today, so I wanted to make sure I was prepared. That's a little big for the amount of cheese that I need. But it's flat and it fits in my fridge just like I like it to. So I'm going to set the ingredients over here just to give you an idea of what you're going to need to roll up these burritos. And if you do not want to have a burrito, that's fine. I can also steam some rice and you can have these amazing chili beans served over some rice. I'm going to give this just a little more time to cook thoroughly through. That crock pot is ready to receive its final ingredient. So I have seen that you don't need to be on high to do what it's going to do. Okay, I'm going to give that ground beef a few more minutes, and we're going to add in the final ingredient. Okay, we're getting ready to get down to that last step. That ground beef is ready. This pot is ready. I am going to drain. You want to do it while it's hot so that. And this is what you have. It's juicy. It's lean. It's flavored amazingly. And I am going to go ahead and drain that off. You don't want any of that grease to go into your pot. Slowly. And this baby is hot. Immediately rinse it with hot soaping water. Now time to transfer. Are y'all with me? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and transfer this ground beef into this pot. Ooh, baby, don't burn me. Handle me with care, please. Okay, are y'all with me on this? I want to bring you a little closer in if I can. May have to okay, can y'all see in that pot? Okay, so I am going to switch spoons. Getting a heavier spoon, and all we're going to do is mix in, fold in that ground beef in with those beans from the bottom up. From the bottom up. I have a smoked turkey neck bone that is coming out. That's why you want to go from the bottom up. I see another turkey neck bone. Want to bring that out as well. And what we're going to do is allow all of these flavors to marry together. And there you have it, a nice homemade pot of chili beans. A nice homemade pot of chili beans. And they are ready. There's the other bone. Bring the bone out. I believe it is a taste time. So let's have a taste. That's delicious. That is what you want. Thanks for joining your girl cooking with Steph. That pot of chili beans is ready. All there is to do now is to cover it. Allow all of those flavors to marry in together. Get that cheese, that burrito shell, that sour cream, and we ready to roll up some burritos. Thanks for joining your girl cooking with Steph. That is the completion of the tutorial of how to make the best in the West homemade chili beans. You can have it your way. You can have it as a burrito. You can have it as a chili dog. You can have it as beans and rice. Now, as I do my cleanup, I am going to also leave this crock pot on low. It is set for 2 hours. We do not need the complete 2 hours. So after about 45 minutes or so, I will shift it over to warm mode and just allow it to sit there and continue to warm. But those chili beans are done. And thanks for joining your girl cooking with Steph.